Sup? This is Greggatron. This, 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 this. Look at it. Yeah. Yeah. Look at it. This. Yeah. 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 This is how are y'all? Alright, this video is about Joey Swoll. I gotta talk to y'all about this. The Joey Swoll Hulk Hogan kerfuffle. And is Joey Swoll a beta? That's the question. I'm gonna get into that. So y'all already know what's going on with that, but just in case if you don't know, let me lay down the foundation. So y'all know the week before last, Hulk Hogan died, and there's a YouTube influencer named Joey Swoll. He's not more than just YouTube, I'm sure. He's a fitness influencer, I guess you could say, and he had a video that he had reposted of him wearing Hulk Hogan's uniform while he's getting swole. So he's making gains trying to big up his childhood hero, Hulk Hogan. And all hell breaks loose because there's this kerfuffle about Hulk Hogan being a racist and all this stuff. Later, Joey Swoll comes back and says to the woke mob, "Oh, I didn't realize this was going to offend some people. I had already posted that video years ago. I was just reposting it, and I didn't know it was going to hurt people's feelings." I know I'm making him sound pathetic, because it is pathetic. So you got that, and now the woke mob, they still hate him, right? And in the apology, he says something about, "I didn't realize it would hurt colored people." Or something like that. Or no, that wasn't even during the apology. When he said colored people, that was when he was trying to like justify the Hulk Hogan outfit in the first place. And then after he said colored people, hell broke loose even more. And the woke mob was like, "You're not supposed to call them colored people. That's so terrible." So during the apology, Joey Swoll is like, "Oh, I didn't know. You're not supposed to say that." Really? What's wrong with colored people? Y'all do know back in the day on birth certificates, it would say colored, right? Job applications, it might say colored. If you're going to vote, it might say colored. That just meant black. Even if you go to vote now, it'll say black/African American. Dang, Jesse Jackson. Anyway, what's wrong with colored? And now people say people of color, which is the exact same thing. They just switcherooed the letters or the words. So all of this is just drama. It's all BS. So my question is Joey Swoll a beta for apologizing? Absolutely. He's a beta. 100%. And here's why. You can have a childhood hero and be fine with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You can have a childhood hero, whether it's someone like Hulk Hogan, or a musician, or an actor, or an athlete, or whatever. back in the 90s and 2000s and before that, there was just tons of quote unquote heroes. And I got my list of heroes, which I'll probably talk about in a different video. But how are you going to apologize for celebrating your hero? So my whole thing is, let's just say Hulk Hogan was the worst person ever, which he wasn't. Because from my understanding, he apologized for his quote unquote racist comments. And I say quote unquote because racism isn't real. It's a word used to divide and conquer. Let's put it that way. Hulk Hogan already apologized for all that stuff. Asked for the Lord's forgiveness. And now you want to turn around and apologize for a man who already was sorry? So, in my opinion, Hulk Hogan would be ashamed of you. That's my thing. If you're going to turn on your hero just because of the woke mob, that quote-unquote hero doesn't deserve to have you as a fan. Because we're all humans, and we all make mistakes, right? So, Hulk Hogan supposedly made a mistake in the past, apologized for it, and now you're apologizing again? If Hulk Hogan already said he was sorry for his comments, that means it was over. But these people, these woke mobsters, they're not going to let that stuff go. They already hate white people. Especially white people if they think they're racist white people. So now you're going to throw your hero under the bus, essentially. And then you're going to apologize all over yourself. Oh, I didn't know I shouldn't say colored people. What is wrong with that? And this guy, Joey Swoll, he always tries to come off to be so alpha and tough and strong and fit and healthy. But when the going gets tough, you got going. You ran from the woke mob over nothing. You should be ashamed of yourself. Because you're always talking about, well, he always gives off the image, quote unquote, of manliness and masculinity and all this stuff. And then you want to apologize for something you didn't even do wrong. Didn't do anything wrong. So yes, he's a beta. He's a beta. For example, let's say I have a hero, Steve Wilkos, right? Y'all know I love me some Wilkos. A lot of my early videos were like Wilkos related. I recorded from my TV when I was a kid. Or a teenager. Me and my sister and my brother, we used to watch Steve Wilkos, Jerry Springer, those judge shows, Judge Mathis, Judge Joe Brown, Judge Alex, Lynn Toller, Divorce Court, all that stuff. We used to watch that during the summer when we got home from summer school. I wasn't into Maury like that, but we used to watch that like every day after summer school. That was our time together, me and my siblings. And sometimes even my dad would watch Wilkos with us. Now, out of all those shows, Wilkos, that was my heart. Like, that was my dude. Because he was tough. He was quote unquote strong. He stood up for people who couldn't stand up for themselves. He didn't back down. He was a former cop. He was a security guard at one point. He was in the Marines at one point. He was a father. He promoted good fatherly values. I can go on about Wilkos. He would get in people's face. That's like me having him as a hero. And then I guess Steve Wilkos got a DUI years ago. That's like me saying, oh, I can't have this guy as my hero anymore because he got a DUI. What? That's like me saying, well, he used to be a cop. Therefore, if he's doing something like that now, everything he said is out the window. I can't have this guy as my hero anymore. That's ridiculous. Him getting a DUI, that's just further proof that he's a human like everybody else, like me and Joey Swoll and Hulk Hogan. We're just human beings, all right? So why would I throw my hero out the window for making a mistake? Every celebrity, every superstar, Elvis, Michael Jordan, Tupac, you name it, the list goes on. Every celebrity made a mistake at some point. And whether they apologized or not for that mistake, you have no business apologizing for your hero. If that's your boy, that's your boy. And it's not like you were friends with Hulk Hogan in real life, and even if you were. And so that's just the proof, man, that these people who are heroes, they're not really a hero to these people, because the fans, we will turn on that person. By we, I mean people like Joey Swoll. They will turn on their hero like that. Like, you know how many times Samuel L. Jackson says the N-word in his movies? But normally it's like all fun. That's not going to make me say, man, I can't watch Quentin Tarantino movies. I can't watch Samuel L. Jackson movies. If you enjoy the content, you enjoy the content. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is ridiculous. You didn't need to apologize for that. Like, that's the most beta thing you could have done. And like, let's say Hulk Hogan was still alive. At one point, don't you think he felt bad enough for what he said? And now you're apologizing for him after he already apologized? I already said that. But yeah. Now some might say, well, Greg, you're not alpha either. You play with toys. You play with comic books. You play with swords and video games and all this stuff. I never really claimed to be an alpha. But what I will do, I'm going to stand on my principles. I'm not going to throw my heroes under the bus like this other guy. If I rock with somebody, I rock with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Now, I made a video months ago called What is a Hero? And throughout that video, I named some examples of heroes who I knew personally. My dad was one, my friends' dads. Not my friends' dads. Yeah, my friends' dads. My dad's friends. Some of my male teachers. Some of my teachers in general were heroes of mine. So my next hero video might have to be about my TV heroes. The Steve Wilkoses of the world. Because I had a lot of heroes growing up. But I can never imagine me saying, oh, I can't subscribe to this person anymore. And here's my thing. When you posted that video, Joey Swoll, you already knew the quote-unquote controversy. I don't think it's controversial because it was already over. He apologized already. It happened years ago, but you didn't see a problem posting that video until the woke mob went after you. So let me get this straight. You idolized this man. You practically worship this man from childhood. You try to big him up And then when people get upset, you turn around and say, oh, I'm so sorry, I offended y'all. You know you're going to offend people regardless. Do you ever apologize when it comes to your normal videos, your normal content? Because I'm pretty sure you piss people off throughout your videos. You don't ever apologize for any of that stuff, right? But you apologize for this. How beta can you be? You know what I'm saying? So as far as this guy's masculinity, it's gone, man. Gone, 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 gone. Now I can see if like you hurt somebody personally, but no. These people who you're catering to, they don't want peace. They're gonna call Hulk Hogan a racist whether he apologized or not. It's crazy, man. Crazy stuff. Let me know what you guys think. Is this guy a beta? Absolutely. Coming up next, we're talking about Sydney Sweeney. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss it. All right. Peace.